No fever in Babylon, no empire crumbling overnight, just one man, still conquering, still dreaming, far beyond the edge of the known world. In our world, Alexander dies in 33 BCE, just 32 years old, one of history's most brilliant military minds brought down not by battle, but by illness. His empire, the largest the world had ever seen, dies with him. No heir, no plan. It fractures within months, carved up by generals hungry for power. The dream ends almost as quickly as it began. But what if it didn't? What if Alexander lived, not for a year, not for 5, but for 20 more years, with strength in his sword arm and fire still in his eyes? He doesn't stop in Babylon. He regathers his forces, studies his maps, and marches south into Arabia. The deserts are brutal, but the tribes fall. Trade routes bend to his will. The Red Sea becomes a Macedonian lake. Then he turns west. Egypt was already his. But Carthage, that's the next challenge. No longer content to be a footnote to the rising Roman Republic, Carthage stands in Alexander's path, and he doesn't blink. He raises a fleet, lands in North Africa, and breaks the Phoenician stronghold. The Western Mediterranean begins to shift. Rome watches, young, ambitious, and suddenly nervous. Alexander is a god to his men, a legend in his own lifetime, and now he's coming for them. Would he have crushed Rome? It's possible. The legions of the Republic were fierce, but Alexander had faced war elephants, mountain passes, and the Persian Empire at its height. His tactics were decades ahead of his time. If he attacked before Rome matured, the Eternal City might have been just another name on his growing list of conquests. And what happens then? The world unites not in fragments, but under one banner. Greek, Persian, Egyptian, Indian, and now Rome. A fusion of East and West that's deeper, more lasting than the Hellenistic age that followed his death. Cities across continents echo with the sounds of a hybrid culture. Greek philosophy meets Indian spirituality. Egyptian science blends with Persian administration. The Silk Road forms early, not as a trade route, but as a superhighway of a single empire. Knowledge flows faster, ideas blend earlier, technology spread further, gunpowder, paper, mathematics, all move with purpose. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, maybe they still rise, but in a world already unified under a sprawling multicultural empire, their stories unfold differently. Maybe there's no crusades, maybe there's no dark ages, maybe there's no need to reconnect with classical wisdom, because it was never lost. And Alexander, he grows old. He becomes emperor, philosopher, builder. His ambition shifts from conquest to permanence. He doesn't just want an empire, he wants a legacy that lasts 10,000 years. He names more cities after himself: Alexandria in Iberia, in Gaul, perhaps even in the British Isles. He brings roads to the steppes. He turns nomads into citizens. Where he once raised cities, he now raises them. And when he finally dies, not young, not in a fever, but old, surrounded by advisors and sons, the world doesn't shatter. It carries, because this time, the empire is not a flame that dies with its creator. It's a fire that spreads. Alexander the Great doesn't just change history. He becomes its author.